Scorpio. The date etched in the heavens is September 6th, 2025. On that day, the stars will shift in a way they have not for decades. The sands of destiny are falling, and the Judgment Hourglass has awakened. This is not an ordinary astrological moment. It is not just another season, another cycle, another passing alignment. No, this is a reckoning. A cosmic trial where the choices you made in past lives, the debts you thought forgotten, and the karmas you buried deep inside your soul are summoned to the surface. The scales of fate are being set before you, Scorpio, and for once, there will be no hiding. The universe whispers with a voice older than time itself. What you buried must rise. What you denied must be faced. What you owe must be paid or transformed. And you, Scorpio, cannot escape this summons, for you are the sign of transformation. You are the phoenix destined to burn, destined to rise. This hourglass is not your enemy, it is your mirror. But mirrors are not always kind. They reveal not just the beauty, but the shadow, not just the victories, but the wounds. On September 6, 2025, you will feel the weight of this mirror press against your soul. Tonight, we journey deep, deeper than predictions, deeper than horoscopes. We will step into the hidden vault of your soul, and there uncover 3 ancient truths. The 3 sins of your past, the karmic shadows that may return to test you, the 2 doors of destiny, choices that will be laid before you in this season, and the 1 decision that will determine whether you are freed or bound for another cycle of suffering. So listen carefully, Scorpio. This is not entertainment. This is not a story. This is a message meant for your spirit. Stay with me until the very end, because what you hear tonight may alter the way you step into September. It may shift the way you face yourself, and it may decide whether this year becomes your breaking point or your rebirth. The Judgment Hourglass is not a myth, Scorpio. It is not just a poetic idea or some old superstition whispered in secret circles. It is a cosmic event, a rare and powerful alignment that carries the weight of thousands of years of karmic cycles. Here is what happens when Saturn, the planet of karma, responsibility and justice, joins with Pluto, the ruler of death, rebirth and transformation. And when both stand in alignment with the black moon nodal point, the hidden axis of past and future lifetimes, something awakens in your chart. And this time, it awakens in your karmic house, Scorpio. Astrologers call it the cycle of reckoning. Why? Because every 27 years, the hourglass turns, the sands begin to fall, and the universe calls Scorpio to stand before the invisible scales of truth. This is not coincidence. It is rhythm. It is law. It is the same current that carries the tides, the same rhythm that pulls the moon across the night sky. Every 27 years, the Scorpio soul is summoned. When this happens, the past does not stay silent. It rises. Old contracts resurface, contracts you sign not with paper, but with energy, with promises, with choices that echo through lifetimes. Old wounds return, not to hurt you, but to remind you of what has not yet healed. Old debts awaken, not to punish you, but to give you a chance to finally release them. And here is where it becomes mystical. The ancients said that during this cycle, the heart is weighed against the feather of truth. This imagery comes from Egypt's Book of the Dead, where every soul was tested. The question was not, were you perfect? The question was, did you carry unnecessary weight, or did you live in truth? On September 6, 2025, Scorpio, you will feel this, not in the way you read it in a book, but in your body, in your dreams, in your strange encounters. You may dream of faces long gone, souls you once knew, lovers from another lifetime, enemies who left unfinished stories behind. You may feel déjà vu in places you've never visited, because your soul remembers what your mind does not. You may sense unseen eyes on you, not watching in judgment, but waiting to see if you will step forward into your truth. And you may ask, why me? Why now? The answer is simple, because the universe is not here to punish you. It is here to reveal you. It is here to show you what in your soul is ready to be cleansed. It is here to remind you of what in your destiny must finally be rewritten. Scorpio, the cosmos has chosen you because you are the one sign strong enough to hold this mirror, the sign fierce enough to face the darkness, and the sign brave enough to rise from it, transformed. Scorpio, the Judgment Hourglass does not only measure time, it measures truth. And in its falling sands, 3 shadows from your past lives rise to the surface, not to haunt you, but to confront you, not to punish, but to cleanse. These are the 3 sins of the past, echoes that may return to test you now. The sin of betrayal. In one of your lifetimes, Scorpio, you carried a bond that should have lasted forever. Someone trusted you, someone depended on you, and in a moment of fear, weakness, or ambition, you turned away. The wound you left did not die with that lifetime, it echoes now. This September, you may find yourself on either side of betrayal. Perhaps a friend, lover, or colleague will break faith with you. Or perhaps you will feel the temptation to turn your back on someone who believes in you. Understand this: betrayal is not returning to hurt you. It is returning to show you what loyalty truly means. The question the universe asks is simple: will you choose loyalty this time? The sin of power. Misused. Scorpio, you are the sign of power. You are the storm, the serpent, the alchemist who can turn lead into gold. But power has 2 faces. It can heal, or it can destroy. In a past life, you may have tilted too far into the shadow. You may have used your gifts to dominate, manipulate, or silence others. Your charm became control. Your influence became a weapon. Now, in this life, the reflection may appear before you. Perhaps a boss who abuses authority. Perhaps a partner who tries to control you. Perhaps even moments where you catch yourself repeating those old patterns. This is not punishment, it is reflection. The universe holds up the mirror and asks, will you rise above the shadows or fall into them again? The sin of silence. Scorpio, silence can be sacred, but it can also be deadly. There was a time, long ago, when you remained quiet when you should have spoken. You witnessed injustice. You felt love, but said nothing. You held your truth inside until it suffocated you. That silence became a chain across lifetimes. And now, as the hourglass turns, you will feel moments where your voice trembles at the edge, moments where fear tempts you to stay quiet, moments where speaking up could change everything. This time, the universe whispers, will you finally speak? Will you finally roar? Scorpio, hear me clearly. These 3 sins are not curses. They are invitations to heal. Each shadow that returns offers you a choice to repeat the cycle or to break it forever. The hourglass is not your enemy. It is your mirror. And in its reflection, you are being asked, will you betray or remain loyal? Will you dominate or empower? Will you stay silent or will you finally speak your truth? The choice is yours, and the choice will echo for lifetime. Scorpio, the Judgment Hourglass does not simply reveal the past. It places tests before you, 3 crossroads that will shape not only this season, but years to come. Each test is unusual, unsettling, yet profoundly important. They are not punishments. They are opportunities to prove to the universe and to yourself that you are ready to rise. Test 1, the shadow encounter. In September, a figure will appear. It may be someone you once knew, a friend, a lover, an enemy, or it may be a stranger whose face feels strangely familiar, as if you've seen them before in another life. Their arrival is no accident. It is karmic. This person carries a piece of your story. They may stir deep emotions, anger, guilt, attraction, or even fear. They may test your patience, your loyalty, or your boundaries. How you respond will not just affect them, it will rewrite your fate. If you repeat the old pattern, the cycle tightens. If you face them with wisdom, the cycle breaks. Scorpio, the universe is watching. Will you let the shadow consume you, or will you transform the shadow into light? Test 2. The Hourglass Decision. Midway through September, you will stand at a crossroads. Two paths will open before you. One path will feel safe, familiar, comfortable. It may keep you from risks, but it will also keep you stagnant. The other path will feel risky, uncertain. But beneath the fear lies transformation, renewal, rebirth. The hourglass tilts at this very moment, and the universe will weigh not your words, not your thoughts, but your courage. This is the test of the phoenix within you. Will you cling to the ashes, or will you rise from them? Test 3. The silent moment. There will come a night, perhaps when you are alone, perhaps in a gathering, when silence will feel heavy, your heart will pound, your throat will tighten, and in that moment the choice will be clear: remain silent or speak the truth that burns within you. Silence may feel safer, but truth will set the course of years to come. Your voice, once released, will ripple outward, healing wounds, breaking chains, shifting destinies. The universe asks, will you stay silent again, Scorpio, or will you finally roar? Remember this, Scorpio. The hourglass does not measure hours, minutes, or days. It measures truth. And truth, no matter how deeply buried, will always rise to the surface. The question is, when it rises, will you meet it with fear or with fire? But Scorpio, the Judgment Hourglass is not only about reckoning. It is not only about sins, shadows, or debts. It is also about liberation. When the sands fall on September 6, 2025, you will not just face your past, you will be given a choice. Two doors will open before you. Each is powerful. Each carries a destiny, but only one can be chosen. Door 1. Redemption. The first door is the path of redemption. This is where you finally lay down the heavy armor you have carried for lifetimes. It is where you release guilt for the things you could not change, the choices you regret, the times you feel you failed others or yourself. To step through this door, Scorpio, you must embrace forgiveness, not only for others, but for yourself. This is the path where you say, I am no longer defined by my mistakes. It is the path where you cut the cords of bitterness and let the light return. When you choose redemption, the universe honors it. Old chains fall away, karmic debts dissolve, and you are allowed to move forward without carrying the weight of yesterday. Door 2. Transformation. The second door is the path of transformation. This is where you take your pain and turn it into power, where you no longer drag your past like a burden, but instead ignite it as fuel. Through this door, your wounds do not disappear, they become wisdom. Your mistakes do not vanish, they become lessons, and your scars become proof of your survival. This is the path of the phoenix, the Scorpio who burns and rises again, brighter, stronger, unshakable. Choosing transformation means embracing change, even when it is terrifying. It means looking at your shadows and saying, you will not control me. I will use you to grow. When you choose transformation, you step into the most authentic version of yourself. You are no longer bound by who you were. You become who you were always meant to be. Scorpio, you cannot open both doors. The universe does not allow it. To walk through one is to leave the other behind. But whichever door you choose, the cosmos will honor your courage. Redemption will cleanse your soul. Transformation will empower your spirit. Neither is wrong. Both are sacred, but the choice must be made. On September 6th, 2025, when the hourglass turns, you will feel the doors before you. And in that moment, your heart will whisper, which one is truly yours? The only question is, will you listen? Now, Scorpio, let us speak of consequences. The Judgment Hourglass is not a symbol you can ignore. It is not a prophecy you can brush aside like a passing horoscope. It is a turning point, a cosmic checkpoint where the past and the future collide. And what happens when you stand before it depends entirely on one thing, your choice. If you resist it, if you dismiss the signs on September 6th, 2025, if you cling to silence, if you repeat betrayal, if you let fear hold your power, then the cycle will not break. You may feel trapped in a loop that lasts not just days or weeks, but 7 more years. 7 years of repeating patterns. 7 years of déjà vu that feels more like chains than destiny. 7 years of watching the same lessons return in different disguises. It will look like loss. The loss of opportunities you let slip away. The loss of relationships that cannot grow under silence. The loss of dreams buried under fear. It will feel like betrayal, not only by others, but by yourself, for not stepping into your truth when the universe gave you the chance. It will echo as silence. The silence of words left unsaid, of love never spoken, of purpose unclaimed. This is the cost of resisting the hourglass. But if you embrace it, if you meet your past with open eyes and a brave heart, then miracles awaken. The cycle does not trap you, it frees you. The sins of the past no longer weigh you down, they become stepping stones. The very shadows that haunted you become the soil where your new life grows. And then, Scorpio, the gifts begin to appear. You may find unexpected wealth, not through luck, but through karmic return. Money owed may find its way back. An old investment may finally pay off. Or opportunities once denied may return, this time with abundance. You may discover love, not fleeting attraction, but deep soul-level connection. A karmic partner may enter, or an existing bond may transform into something sacred, something eternal. You may step into purpose, a career, a mission, or a calling you once abandoned out of fear or doubt. The universe may reopen that path, but only if you are ready to walk it with courage. Scorpio, hear this truth. The hourglass does not bring endings, it brings balance. What was taken will be returned. What was broken can be healed. What was lost may rise again, if you are willing to claim it. The sands are falling. The scales are waiting, and the consequences will be written by you. And so, Scorpio, the hour approaches, the day written in the stars, September 6th, 2025. The sands of the Judgment Hourglass are almost gone. The past is stirring, rising like a shadow in the corner of your vision. The scales tremble, waiting for the weight of your choice. On that day, your soul will not be asked many questions, only one that echoes across lifetimes. Do you choose to carry your shadows into the future? Or do you release them and step into the fire of transformation? This is the crossroad. This is the moment every cycle has been leading you toward. To carry your shadows means clinging to old wounds. It means letting betrayal define you. It means letting silence steal your voice. It means allowing the weight of the past to drag you back into patterns that no longer serve you. But to release them, that is the path of fire. It is the choice of the phoenix, the sacred rebirth that only Scorpio knows. To release is to step naked into the flame, to let your ego burn, to let the lies fall away, to let the old chains turn to dust. It is terrifying. It requires courage most never find. But it is the only path that leads to freedom. The Judgment Hourglass is not here to condemn you. It is not here to tally sins like a judge with a ledger. It is here to free you, to unburden your soul so you can rise higher than you ever have before. But freedom, Scorpio, is never given. It must be claimed. And claiming it requires a single act: courage. Courage to face the mirror. Courage to speak when silence feels safer. Courage to forgive when anger feels easier. Courage to choose transformation when stagnation feels comfortable. On September 6th, when the stars align, you will feel the question burning inside you. It may come in a dream. It may arrive in a conversation. It may strike you in a sudden decision that feels bigger than logic. And in that moment, you will know the hourglass is turning. The universe is watching, and your soul is being called to answer. So I ask you, Scorpio, will you carry the shadows into your future, or will you step into the fire, burn away what no longer belongs, and rise as the transformed soul you were always meant to be? The sands are almost gone. The choice is yours, and the choice will echo for lifetimes. So Scorpio, now I must ask you, when the hourglass turns on September 6th, 2025, when the last grain of sand slips through the glass, which path will you take? Will you choose the path of silence, where the past still whispers and the shadows still bind you? Will you dare to walk the path of transformation, burning away every chain and rising like the phoenix you are? Or will you open the door of redemption, finally forgiving, finally releasing, finally claiming the destiny that has been waiting for lifetimes? This is not just astrology. This is a soul reckoning, and your choice will echo far beyond this one day. But now, Scorpio, I want to hear from you. This is your moment to speak. This is your moment to break the silence of the past. Tell me in the comments below, which of the 3 sins do you feel stirring already? Is it betrayal resurfacing? Is it the misuse of power being mirrored back to you? Or is it the silence you once kept, demanding to finally be broken? And tell me, when the hourglass turns, which door will you choose? Redemption or transformation? Your words matter here. Your voice is part of your healing. And by declaring it, you begin to shape the very future that is calling your name. So remember this, Scorpio. The hourglass is falling, the past is waiting, and the universe, yes, the entire cosmos, is watching with breath held, waiting for your answer. Until next time, stay brave, stay true, and may the cosmos guide your every step.